Hi, thanks for joining me and clicking on this video. This video is about this piece of land that is used. It's used as Altnabreac railway station, and it's operated with the ScotRail trains that stop here. Altnabreac is a remote train station, and when I say remote, I mean remote. There's nothing for miles. We don't get many passengers stop here, mainly in the summer. We get some bikers, some walkers, hardly anyone in the winter. But we've had an ongoing problem here. Ever since we've lived here, my wife and I, we've lived here for almost 5 years now, and we've had an ongoing problem, which by the end of this video, I'm going to show you pretty much the same thing happens every time. If you're ever at Altnabreac train station, no doubt you'll find yourself leaving this gate. It's a pedestrian gate which leads down onto this track and leads into the forestry, into the woodland. There's no public roads at Altnabreac, just forest tracks that go for miles and miles and miles. If you don't know your way around Altnabreac, you could quite easily find yourself getting lost. These forest tracks are for authorised vehicles only, and if a vehicle did manage to get in, they would more than likely face one of these gates. And most of them are chained and padlocked. That's the track that I've just come out of, and if I walk down here, we can see, because the sun is so bright at the moment, just down on this corner there's a sign. Now, as I said, where we live here in Altnabreac, we live in Station House, is very remote. We do have one neighbour, and our neighbour lives at Loch Dew. That's how you pronounce that, which is about 1 mile up that track. Now, you may have seen our neighbour in the news quite a lot over the past 6 months. If you go back any further, you'll find him in the news back then as well. But let's just keep it what's happened in the past 6 months or so. So he's reported far and wide on the mainstream news. Every single news outlet you can think of, Sky News, BBC, all the UK British papers. He was in court, and evidence was watched of videos, hard evidence. Now, what was under Loch Dew was a torture chamber, and there was abuse of girls and even young girls going on in this chamber, which is all mentioned in the court report. Now, if we go back just a few weeks, something big has changed here now. Our neighbour is now on the SEX offenders register. You would have hoped things would have changed because of that. But no, guess what? ScotRail still continue to drop young girls off at the station late at night. This is something that we've had to suffer since we've been here. We've tried our best to try and stop this, even to the point where my wife and I went to court, but we ended up having a harassment order brought upon us. in Wick Sheriff Court. Anyway, that's a different story. What I'm going to show you now is what happens. I'm going to show you the footage of one of these young girls being dropped off at Altnabreac station. You may be saying to yourself, well, why don't you tell the police? Why don't you tell the authorities? Why don't you tell ScotRail? We've done that many times. We've done it so many times. We started recording the conversations with the Police Scotland. Just the other day I told them about this latest young girl that's been dropped off here. And I mean, our neighbours waiting for sentencing over these SEX crimes. I think the sentencing's next week, and yet we've still got young girls being brought here. Anyhow, like I said, we've told Police Scotland, we've told the British Transport Police, we've told ScotRail, a lot of the staff. We've had big conversations with the ScotRail staff about it, about the poor conditions the girls are coming back and getting on the train. Poor conditions, as far as their bodies are concerned, some of the things we've been told is looking like they haven't showered and had any welfare for the week that they've been here. Some of them we've seen, they've been showing signs of physical abuse and pain by the way they're walking. Okay, so just for some clarity here, today is the 14th of November 2025. Now, our neighbour was found guilty of SEX crimes and put on the SEX offenders register about 2 weeks ago. Now, this young girl was dropped off here about a week ago. Just so we're crystal clear. Okay, so I'm about to play the video for you in a minute, guys, okay? I probably won't be back in the video after that. I'm just going to play the video, let you see it, and then please let me know what you think in comments about this situation. I mean, what would you do about it? No one wants this on their doorstep. As I say, this has been going on for almost 5 years. And especially with everything going on at the moment, with Trump and the Epstein files, this stuff needs to be stopped. It needs to be shut down. More people need to speak up about it. It's just not right. And there's certainly not enough people held accountable for their actions for what's going on. So you're about to see, just to show you in the light, this video I'm about to show you is pitch black. It's just before 10 o'clock at night. It's quite misty. So the video CCTV footage is a little bit grainy. There's a cobweb in front of one of the cameras, but you can see what's going on. What you're going to see is a very young, petite girl get dropped off around here. She'll get out. She'll be talking to I'm guessing it's the train conductor. There's two ladies who I believe are ScotRail staff. Now, unfortunately, I don't think they're doing a dynamic risk assessment. What they're actually doing is giving the young girl directions. So you'll see them talking to the girl. Obviously, you can tell she's never been here before because she's trying to get directions of where to go. It's pitch black. You'll see her dropped right here. The train drives off into the night, into the darkness. She's left in the complete darkness. She's using her mobile phone for light. You'll see her. She walks up here. And then she gets around here somewhere. And she's just stood here. She's just stood here for quite a while. One thing I will tell you as well, guys, while I remember, the CCTV footage, I forgot to put the clocks back. So the footage is showing 2200 hours. It should be 2100 hours. Okay, so it's almost 10 o'clock, not almost 11 o'clock. the date's right and everything. So the girl stands here for a while, and then you see her to proceed to walk down into the darkness. She walks along our driveway, and then you pretty much lose sight of her when she goes out through the pedestrian gate that I showed you earlier. And the same as usual, the same thing that always happens, that always has done since we've been in the 5 years. These young girls get picked up by a vehicle which comes from the direction of Lochdu, and then it heads back up there. It takes the young girl in the vehicle. So guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this. Also, it'd be a great help if you like this video and subscribe to our channel to help us get this information out. Thanks very much guys, all the best to you.